In the wake of two remarkable winters, the Roosters were hot property. And in 1976, they became the first rugby league club to carry a sponsor's name on the jersey in the guise of City Ford. Despite being denied another hat-trick of premierships, the decade delivered plenty of other silverware, including the inaugural World Club Challenge in 1976, where they outgunned English champs St Helens.
The clock showing 3 minutes to go. It's with Beaton. And Fairfax chips over the head. He'll score. Yes, Fairfax.
There were also two AMCO Cup midweek competitions won during the 70s, not to mention a couple of pre-season trophies, with the one in 1977 coming before an audience that included Queen Elizabeth II. That victory made it a wonderful start to Bobby Fulton's time at Bondi, after the Manly great was lured across the harbour. Upon his retirement in 1979, Fulton assumed the coaching reins and steered Easts to back-to-back minor premierships. There were times when Bozo's star-studded side looked like world beaters, such as the preliminary final of 1980, when they slaughtered Western Suburbs.
Switch of play again. Aleph, beautiful pass to Riley's in! That's a try and a good one. Lovely work by Aleph there to get a pass away as he was falling. O'Reilly stumbled and fell, but really went over without an opponent hanging on to him. Tobin probing on the inside there with Aleph always ready to change the direction of play. Right. Using his feet. Got himself into the clear, going nicely as he tries the big step off the right foot. Slips. Easy meet there for Wayne Smith. Lang from dummy half. Back inside. Tobin. Aleph. He'll swivel now. Got a beautiful pass. It's a try. Put down the glasses. And Big Cleel's in. They're doing it easy at the moment, Eastern Suburbs. And Aleph involved up to his ears in this game. Alan Neal. Breaks the defence. Gets it to Lease. Lease unloads to Boland. Boland leaves it behind. It's picked up out there by Cleel. It's a let-off for Eastern Suburbs. Boland, normally a very solid handler, but the pass came to him high and slightly behind his head. McFarlane stood in the tackle. Hastings, here's an overlap if they use it. Eastern Suburbs got miles of room here at the moment. Warnicky goes in his own, gets a pass back inside. Pass gets in for the try. It's under the posts. Oh, they're doing it so easy. You can see it open up like a yawning chasm. And Western Suburbs defence in total disarray. See it again. Involved in the penalty if he doesn't get off. Lang. Hastings. Right. Long floating pass. Nicely out the Bowstead. Bowstead away to McFarlane up the sideline. Could be a try. It is. Easy, mate. A positive embarrassment. McFarlane. So easy. 1 minute and 32 seconds to the start of the second half. 4 tries. 4 goals to Eastern Suburbs. Scrum win to them. Hastings. Out to right. Cleel. Bowstead comes outside his man. Steps goes back inside. Nicely away there to Warnicky, who's backing up like a man possessed in this game. McFarlane. Hastings. McFarlane. The runaround. Driven sideways. Loses the ball. Play on, says the referee. Way to Harvey. Harvey out to Gurr. Gurr running nicely. Pass back inside the Tobin. Tobin shuffles it. And it's another try to Eastern Suburbs. They're killing him. Bobby Fulton really got a ton of options open to him at the moment with this lead. Harvey. That could have been a penalty to Western Suburbs, a bit of shepherding, but they've opened him up. Warnicky showing great pace. He's going to be picked off by Lease, I think, and he's got a sprint going here. Oh, no, he's not. Lease has given it up. And there's Warnicky with a sprint of something like, he's turned another somersault. He's run, what, 75 metres and scored a spectacular try. Lang. Hastings says for good measure, I'll have a look at field goal, does it? So easy. Now, they're very deep, these backs. Let's see them. Right. Oh, he's right through. Gone for the big dummy and just carved them right up. That was what you call instant acceleration. And West really on the rack now. They're being humiliated. And Kenny Wright really set himself to do that. There was nothing else in his mind except, I'm going to have a go. He goes left foot punt. Takes the play up to the quarter line. We're in the last 5 minutes now, about 4.5 to go. Unofficial time. Now let's see, East have got a set piece move to go. Hastings, he's going to go through and score a try. Well, that's sick. But I say West haven't packed it in. That is awful. Well, I see McLeod patting one of his players on the back there and consoling him, but, you know, really, we should be kicking some of them in the tail. Look at this.
And so the boys from Bondi were grand final bound once more. But just 7 days later, they weren't able to replicate that magic. The Royce Ailiff-led Roosters were subdued 18-4 by Canterbury, who produced the most remarkable try ever witnessed in grand final football.
Graham Hughes. Bretnell injects himself. The kick and chase situation. It's Gearan. Oh, he's taken on the full. It's a try, and it's a magnificent one.
But when you talk about incredible tries, they don't come any better than this Bobby Dazzler that East came up with at the Sydney Sports Ground in 1982.
This is Warnocky now on there to Hastings. Hastings, he doesn't know where to go, but he's found support in Barkley. Links up with Harvey. Oh, brilliantly picked up on there to Horry.
It was hot potato stuff as the home side smashed eventual grand finalists Manly by 40 points to 2.
6 to go. They probably won't need it. Those Rocky Laurie sends Ian Schubert in for a magic Eastern Suburbs try.
The runners picks up one. That's Kevin Hastings. Hastings has scored a one.
It's doubtful that East ever had a more durable or popular player than the man they called Horry.
One of my favourite players was Kevin Hastings. Most around the club, they sort of had a couple of years in the semi-finals and didn't do that much during the 80s. He just stood out leaps and bounds above every other player in the competition. It was just the way he played the game and approached the game, he was just, you know, just an excellent player to watch.
For a decade, he was the club's heart and soul. And in 1986, he became the first man to wear the famous Tricolours in 200 first-grade games. It was in that same year that East farewelled the Sydney Sports Ground. The full-time siren had sounded on a grand tradition. But an exciting new era was about to begin. As Australia celebrated its bicentenary in 1988, Eastern Suburbs found a new place to roost. The 40,000-seat Sydney Football Stadium was light years away from the old sports ground. A period of dramatic change for the club and the code began at the end of '94, with the decision to become known as the Sydney City Roosters, in an effort to broaden the club's appeal. Then came the coup of luring dual premiership winning coach Phil Gould for what turned out to be the code's most turbulent season.
Peter Jorgensen, he'll score in the corner.
The Super League war threatened to tear the game apart, but the Roosters stuck solid with the establishment and reaped a magnificent reward.
Floats it out for Brad Freddy.
A young Penrith star by the name of Brad Fittler headed east in '96 and made an instant impression, scoring in his Rooster debut.
Fittler gets behind them and away from them. The Australian captain scores in his first match for his new club.
Hey guys, thanks for taking a walk through some Roosters history. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to watch the next segment where you will learn more about the rich history of the mighty Roosters. As always, hit like and subscribe to keep up to date with more Roosters videos.